Oh, we got it wrong again.
Oh no.
Let's redo it.
Yep. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk EFL. I'm James.
And I'm Millie.
And we got it a little bit wrong for the Championship playoffs.
As we did in the others, but let's not even talk about that. Here's what we said last time around.
I've gone for Norwich 2, Leeds 1. I think that Leeds are going to be a bit nervy going into this first leg. I've gone for Norwich 1, Leeds 0. I don't think Leeds are going to settle into this game at all.
Norwich will just nick the goal.
Because I don't think there's going to be many goals in the whole tie, personally.
I think it's going to be 1-1.
Second leg. It's going to be a tough one for Norwich. You know, being at Elland Road, there's going to be nearly 40,000 Leeds fans cheering them on. But I think
Leeds could only just get one goal. It's just going to eliminate Leeds out of the competition.
And I've gone Leeds 0, Norwich 0. That eliminates Leeds from the final. Leeds have got
a mountain to climb. Historically, Leeds don't do well in the playoffs. I think on the occasion, they might just fall short. Yeah.
Definitely. It's going to be hard for Leeds this time.
I think I've gone for 1-1 first leg. Both really good teams, both seasoned, you know, great quality, great squad depth. I've said 1-1 in that first leg. This tie is going to be the more entertaining out of the two. This first leg, very hard to break them apart.
I've gone for Southampton 1, West Brom 3.
I think West Brom are going to prevail.
West Brom just catch them on the break. I've seen a lot of that happen at home. I've gone for Southampton 2, West Brom 3. This is going to be a flip-flop game, and my prediction would be West Brom will just get that third goal. I've actually gone on form. West Brom are the more informed side.
So that means that both of our finals are Norwich against West Brom. I've gone for
Norwich 2, West Brom 2 after extra time, and West Brom to win on penalties. I've gone for Norwich 2, West Brom 1. So I've got Norwich to win the playoffs.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was wrong.
only a little bit.
Yep. So now we're going to do our actual real prediction for Leeds versus Southampton, which happens on Sunday. Come in.
Yep. But before we talk about that, let's talk about how wrong we were.
No, let's not.
No, let's. So both first legs were 0-0, as you all know. Pretty boring. Yeah, I just think Leeds had something up their sleeves that game.
Southampton did too, though.
And
It
Southampton,
transpired.
Yeah, of course it transpired.
Yeah.
And yeah, could you see it go any other way, really?
After those first legs, no, not really.
No.
But we did still stick to our guns. We didn't change anything.
Still had to have a little bit of hope
Listen,
for our
we were just
predictions.
trying to be a bit different. Everyone is
Absolutely.
saying Leeds or Southampton for promotion via playoffs, and everyone was right. There were no surprises there, really, was there?
I mean, convincing 4-0 win for Leeds. I mean, where were Norwich? Norwich were actually terrible.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Very, very
I
disappointing.
thought they would have put up a bit of a fight, and then that led to David Wagner being sacked as Norwich manager, which, in all honesty, came as no surprise.
I mean, he was just trying to replicate what he did with Huddersfield, wasn't he? And not being funny, but against teams like Leeds, that ain't going to happen. He's not going to get 0-0 and 0-0. That was never, ever going to happen.
No. it
So,
wasn't.
yeah, I'm really disappointed with Norwich in that. And while I said Norwich to win the whole thing, that was the Norwich that I thought would actually turn up and play a bit of football, not sit there defending after going 2-0 down.
Yeah.
Acting like it was still 0-0. It was just really weird, really unusual, but Leeds was so convincing. What can you say? The right team went through in the end, didn't they?
Absolutely, and then that takes us on to Southampton beating West Brom 3-1. I mean, I had West Brom to, give us a bit of a surprise and a bit of, bit of a change, really. But no, Southampton had their work hats on, and they convincingly thrashed West Brom 3-1. I mean,
that West Brom's goal happened like in stoppage time, didn't it? So it was
a little too late for
it
them.
had been put to bed by then anyway. And Southampton again looked great. They looked really good. I think this final is going to be a really hard one to call.
It's going to be a really, really hard one to call. It took me a long time to think about it, but here's our predictions for the final. Would you like to go first?
I'll go first, yeah. So I'm going to say Leeds 2, Southampton 1.
Yeah.
So while I've been avoiding saying Leeds to go up, just because they have been favourites since they got into the playoffs, and I've been trying to go against the grain a little bit, this time I'm not going to. I am going to say the favourites, Leeds, They are probably going to need a bit of an atmosphere at Wembley to get them over the line, I think, because it seemed that the crowd at Ellen Road really did push them through that game. I mean, they probably didn't really need it. They maybe would have won like 2-0 or something, but if it wasn't at Ellen Road. But it just seemed to push them more and more. And I did say before that game happened that I think that crowd is going to play a part. So they need to turn up at Wembley.
Yeah, I mean,
they need to create an atmosphere.
Yeah.
In order for them to go through, I think they need to be the 12th man. That's not to say that I don't think Leeds are good enough to go through as a team, because I think they are more than good enough to go through as the team. Yeah. But they are a little bit prone to bottling it. I do think this is their year. They've had a few goes at it, haven't they? Was it 5 times now they've had?
Yeah. They've
had 5 times. Is it going to be 6th time lucky for Leeds? I think so. I'm going to say 2-1.
It could well be. You're talking about the atmosphere. Leeds fans are fantastic. They are one of the best sets of fans in the league, let alone, you know, the country, really. And they deserve it. They do deserve it. They've got a great set of fans.
So what's your prediction for the final?
I'm going to go for Leeds 2, Southampton 3. Yes, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I've said it so many times. But
0-0. It's got 0-0 written all over it.
0-0 written all over it, and then Leeds going to win on penalties. No, I think Southampton could do it. I'm sort of going against grain here because, you know, you've said Leeds to go through, and I'm sure they're favourites. But I feel like you can't write the underdog.
Oh, definitely not. But the thing is, Southampton are not really an underdog here. These are the 2 best teams that could have possibly gone through.
Yeah. And
it is going to be either one's game in the end. Either of them could go up. I don't think it's going to be like 4-0 or anything like that. I think it's going to be closer than that.
I'd be very surprised if it was.
Yeah. I mean, Southampton have got goal scorers. Leeds have got goal scorers.
Yeah.
They're a solid team all round. It's a hard one to score. I'm just going with my opinion.
I think Southampton will win it by 3-2 because both teams do score goals. Both teams do concede goals as well. But I think Southampton may have the edge. Again, form goes out the window when it comes to league form. So obviously Leeds finished above Southampton. Anything can happen. But I've just got a feeling, you know, deep down, really, that Southampton could do it. I'm probably going to be wrong, and it's congratulations, Leeds. You're back.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've got all bases covered now.
Yes, we do.
So I've said Leeds. You said Southampton. So it's going to be one of them. Mm-hmm. It's all a bit of fun. Yeah. No need to cry in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably the hardest playoff final prediction for many, many years. As you said, like, they're 2... It's unfair to call either of them underdogs, really. They are both, like, fantastic teams. Fantastic players, fantastic support. It's one of the... It's not even a David versus Goliath situation. It's so hard to call. And I'm really jealous of the Leeds and Southampton fans that are actually going. I'd love to go to that. It's all to play for. I'm going to be watching that on my telly on Sunday. So, yeah, popcorn out.
It's going to be a good game, I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree with us? You're going to agree with one of us, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which one of us do you agree with? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and please like the video if you can. It's only down there somewhere, the like button.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Apologies again for the dodgy curtains behind us. We are on a little staycation in Norfolk. We will be back the weekend, so we'll be able to watch the games and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Until then, we will see you next time.
See you later.
See you later.